Does my hair look okay? Hi everyone, I'm back to Dead After Dark. Did you watch this week's episode? Great, let's talk about it. So this week's episode was entitled Say Yes. It was really, really good because I've noticed that so far the titles of the episodes have been stuff that they've said in the episodes, which has been really, really, really cool. So the first point is Rick and Michonne out on their own looking for guns for their deal with Jadis. Jadis is quite a weird woman. Don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Has anyone else noticed that? Anyone who watches? Rick and Michonne have a bit of sexy time. Because it's almost like their holiday. It's like they're almost like having fun, just kicking it, you know, having just sex whenever they have sex, doing whatever they want. So it's really cool that they're kind of feeling the vibes of being away from Alexandria, being away from Sanctuary, being away from Negan, and which is why I think kind of Rick's wanting to kind of take a couple more days. So it's been really, really good so far. I'm really pleased with the season so far. So Rosita back at Alexandria is being a bitch. You know, she's being a bitch to everyone. What's new? And Rosita's always been a bit of a bitch. She's being a bitch to everyone because she's just, I think she's still feeling the very much strongly about what happened to Abraham and Glenn. Because her and Abraham were together from like the beginning, pretty much, with Eugene. Yvette Nicole Brown made a really, really good point on Talking Dead that she must think she's the only one who's experienced loss. And so she's being a bitch to everyone because it's almost like she's assuming that nobody else has had that experience before of someone dying in a horrible, brutal way. Bearing in mind, Rick was there, Carl was there, Sasha was there, everyone was there, everyone saw what happened with Glenn and Abraham, so stop being a bitch! So she goes and tries to find guns herself, which is really silly. Why are you throwing shit? What are you doing? Mug! Rosita's a dick. Daryl. So then Rick and Michonne find an abandoned school with the grounds decked out with carnival rides that have walkers everywhere carrying guns, and they're all in military uniform. But there's also other civilian walkers who have their hands tied together. So like some of them are walking around and others have got guns, and so it's just another way for Scott Gimple to kind of play with us. Like, something happened and I'm not going to tell you what, you're not going to find out what, you just kind of have to assume. But he's touching me head again! Richard, that's inappropriate. I'm going to get banned from YouTube with the amount of shit that goes on in this. So back at Alexandria, Rosita is angry, surprise, surprise, at Father Gabriel because he decided to wait to kill Negan, even though it might have killed her. But Gabriel argues that the rest of the group will still need her because they still have more people on their team. So if their attack is not kind of, if Negan is getting all these kind of little like hints and stuff that they're going to attack, then they're not going to have that advantage anymore, which is going to be pretty shit. So Rick and Michonne have a candlelit meal, and to be honest, their relationship, compared to how it was in the beginning, their relationship's actually going on it, because with Rick and Laurie, they kind of brought out the worst in each other, because even Laurie said, Rick said in the very first episode, all him and Laurie do is just argue. That's all they do. And even in front of Carl, they would just argue. That's all. That you know, and they all felt like.
Correction. He said that's all. He said that that's all they did. Because part of the first episode was like saying that him and his wife all they did was argue, and he was saying now it just all seems stupid because the world's ended. But I get your point. You're right. Yeah. All they did was like argue
and Rick and Michonne don't argue.
Yeah, there you go.
So Rick and even Andrew Lincoln said on Talking Dead that Rick and Michonne bring out the best in each other. Like, we haven't seen Rick and Michonne laugh this much. I don't think ever. And it's crazy because it is really, really nice to see this. Like, this episode, for the first time in a while, really lifted my spirits. And it was like, you know what? I really think these guys have hope. But then, Scott Gimple, being Scott Gimple, released a statement that the season finale is going to be horrific. There's going to be losses and betrayal and all sorts. I'm guessing the betrayal's probably going to be Eugene, but it's really sad. Tara's talking to Judith on whether she should tell Rick about the people at Oceanside because they could help them fight against the Saviors, because I don't know if anyone else remembers, but the Saviors actually killed Oceanside's men, like sons and brothers. which is horrible. So literally in Oceanside there was only women. So either Rick will want their guns, just their guns, or Rick will actually want to recruit them. And so far, Rick didn't even know the junkyard people, yet he still recruited them. So maybe there's just a chance that the Oceanside people might be recruited to help. So this way they actually have like 5 communities against one, which is, I don't think we've ever seen this type of trust or anything ever, which is really nice because I feel like it's just making a brilliant change this season and just everything that's going on, and it's really making us happy. But Tara's debating also the fact that she'll be breaking her promise to, I think her name was Rachel, I can't remember who she promised she wasn't going to tell, she pinky promised. And I think Tara out of everyone would probably be the person to keep the promise, but because the stakes are so high, she can't. She has to tell Rick. She has to tell someone, and at the end she does, and she tells him, oh, I've got something I need to talk to you about, and whatever. You should tell her watch the channel. She'll be like, yeah, girl. Does she? Oh. Shout out to Amy, my G. Sean and Rick then attempt to clear the walkers out of the field so they can get all the guns that have like all this military power. That like, these are like really good guns. I don't think we've seen guns like this since the prison. And while doing so, Rick falls off the Ferris wheel while watching the terribly CGI deer. I don't know if anyone else saw that. That horrible CGI deer. Now, what gets to me, right? If all of the animals in The Walking Dead were like that, I'd be like, okay, fair enough, they're just not going to be CGI. But look what they've done with Shiva. Look at Shiva. Are you seeing her?
Just a lot more detail though, isn't it?
It's Shiva, like, holy shit. Did you see the behind the scenes thing for that? It was all choreographed, how they did it. Why didn't they do that with the deer? Why don't they go that effort with something like that? Because Rick was staring at it for a good long time. Like, it was in...
Did it move?
Yeah.
Was it ever like still? Like, did it ever just stand there?
No.
Well, that'll be why, because they can't, like...
But Shiva always moved.
I know, but they won't put, because there's not a still shot of the deer where the audience is like extremely focused on it.
Yeah.
Then they won't put the effort in like Shiva, because if Shiva looked like that, obviously it would look crap, because Shiva's actually in frame, like on camera.
Yeah,
like,
so was
a
the
lot
deer.
of the time, but the deer's moving. It's not like the only thing in the shot.
It was only moving slightly though. It was only moving its head like down, sniffing around, and that was it.
I don't know why they did that, because they had a deer in season 2 when Carl was shot.
I heard that they had a deer in season 4. They have deers all the time. They go hunting and you just see them. And rabbits and stuff.
You know, they might not have had, they might like, if they did use real animals then, you know, like them deers that move, then they might not have had the money to get the animals, like it might have been cheaper to just do the CGI quickly.
Probably. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty terrible. But anyway, it kind of ruined the moment, that like moment of like intensity where we see Rick just looking at the deer, just kind of chilled. He was just kind of stood looking at it, and it was a really nice moment. And it just ruined it because of how terrible the deer looked. So Rick then falls off into like a swarm of walkers, and then the walkers pounce on Rick. That's the end of Rick. But wait, there's more. Michonne walks up. Michonne then walks up to Rick and she just, in that moment, she just drops the sword. She just drops the sword, and I wrote here, Michonne in the moment thinks that Rick is dead, so she drops the sword almost like immediately accepting defeat. And even the walkers were just walking towards her, and she just wasn't even bothered. She was just so prepared to die in that moment. And it's like, holy shit, like, is Michonne getting softer? Especially at this moment, because she can't be softer because of the war with the Saviors that is now coming. But yeah, Rick, of course, is alive. I mean, like, come on, they're not going to kill Rick off that way. If Rick was going to die in the show, which he will, I guarantee Rick will die at one point, it is not going to be from walkers. Michonne just sits in silence while driving back to Alexandria. Rick pulls over and he warns her that people, you know, they're going to lose people. Our main characters are going to die. And it's going to be horrible, but it's what needs to happen. It's the price that they have to pay to be able to live the rest of their lives in Alexandria in peace. So they're going to lose people in the fight with Negan, possibly each other. And he tells her that it'll be worth it because it's not about them anymore, it's about the future. He asks her to lead the group if he doesn't survive. I don't think it'll be Rick to lead the group Michonne will lead the group if Rick dies. I think it'll probably be Daryl or it'll be Carl. Carl will kind of take him, he'll have a very large input in most decisions, but not all of them. So, yeah. So Tara then has something to tell Rick about the Oceanside people. But guys, I'm really pissed off about this bit. Rosita, I got really angry at this bit. Rosita and Sasha decide to then go alone to the sanctuary together and kill Negan. Which is, I wrote here, which is really fucking stupid because they don't have enough guns or people yet to be able to fight the Saviors at their own level. They both know that it's a one-way ticket, so they might die if they're caught, but apparently they're okay with this. I think everyone's ready to die, to be honest. It sounds horrible and it sounds really deep and dark, but I think everyone's just so prepared to die. Like, everyone just knows it's going to happen at one point. If it happens in a brutal way, it happens in a brutal way. At the start, if the thought of death was like terrifying for everyone, but now everyone's just kind of like, we're just used to it, which is how the world's changed. And oh well, like Rick said, we are the walking dead. So yeah, I really want to punch Rosita in the face because Rosita is now influencing everyone to make these stupid impulse decisions, and I just want to knock the bitch out. So guys, that is it for this week's episode of Dead After Dark. Thank you all. You know, I know the episodes are quite long. I babble on quite a bit, but you know, I was looking at all the views that I had on my channel, and I do have quite a lot. The first video has over 100 now, and I'm really excited. So thank you all to everyone who's been really supportive of me doing the channel, because I know there's a lot of haters, but let's not mention names. So thank you all for my friends and my family who have really supported me when doing this, because I know that, you know, it's not many people watch it. You know, it's mainly me that watches it. I like to watch them back, but it's just something really fun to do, and I am really grateful for my friends that support me through this and my family. So, so thank you all again for watching Dead After Dark, and I'll see you guys next time.